Okay, so everybody got all of these made up now. Okay, so we balanced the equation, we set up some ratios. Let's go ahead and do the next one down, which is number 2. It has you balance it. I want you to go ahead and try to balance it real quickly. I'm getting set up here, get number 2 balanced. Okay, when you think you've got number 2 balanced, go ahead and raise your hand. Yeah, what is it? 2, 2, 3. Do I have a second and third? Wow, awesome. Okay, so now here we're going again with the stoichiometry. Remember the little trick? A lot of you evidently forgot because of the quiz. I was hoping you guys would be awesome at it. But how many moles of O2, so I'm trying to get to moles of O2, can be produced by letting this many moles of potassium chlorate react? Okay, so we start with our 12.0 moles of potassium chlorate. Then what do? I'm in moles right now, so I can go right to the balanced equation. Here to here, right? What am I trying to get rid of? The potassium chlorate. So it goes on the bottom. So I put 2 moles. Okay, ClO3 on the bottom. And what do I put on the top? What am I trying to get to? 3 moles of O2, right? Moles of potassium chlorate go out. I can do this really quick in my head with even out a calculator. 12 divided by 2 is 6 times 3 is 18.00 moles of O2. Done. Okay, I'm going to help you with the first couple here, but then I'm going to turn this time over to you to work on the rest of this. So let's be careful though, because there's a couple questions on each of these. So like this next one, there's actually an A and a B, but they're not really well fit. So if you don't think you can fit in that little area, then you might want to grab another piece of paper and do it on there so you don't have to squish. It's up to you. Okay, balance equation first. What do I need to do? Yeah. 2K and 2KCl. Okay. All right, so the first one here, how many grams of KCl is produced from 2.5 grams of K? So thinking that I have 2 things I need to do here, I'm going to write smaller. So I'm going to start here, 2.50 grams of K. Okay, what do? Yes. The excess Cl2 just means I've got so much I don't need to worry about it. Just like when we were making our teddy bear graham crackers, if I had excess chocolate or excess marshmallows, I just sort of ignored it. I wanted to know how many I could make on the s'mores. Okay, so I need to get to moles. So I'm finding potassium on the periodic table, and I find out it weighs 39.0, let's see, 98 grams for 1 mole of potassium. I just got that right off the periodic table. I didn't have to do anything fancy. It's just an element. But now I'm in moles. Now I can come up here and I can go, okay, I'm here and I want to get here. Okay? So I want to get rid of moles. So for 2 moles of K, I get 2 moles of potassium chloride. I can cancel out moles, but I can also cancel out the 2's. So I don't have to put them in my calculator, right? 2 divided by 2 is still 1. Now I'm in moles of potassium chloride. I need your help because I don't have this memorized by myself. But I'm going to put 1 mole of potassium chloride on the bottom because we are going to grams, right? And I'm going to add up the mass of potassium chloride on the top, which is really easy because it's just 1 potassium and 1 chlorine. So potassium is 39.098, just like what we had here, and chlorine is 35.453. 74.543. Okay, 48. Okay, moles go out. Taking times to the top, and since we corrected or got rid of the 2's here, we just can divide it by the 39.098. We have 3 significant figures, so what is our answer? And there's calculators up here if you need to borrow them. Uh-huh.
I got like a really strong voice, and I was like, what was that?
Yeah. $4.77. Do I have a second? Yeah, okay. Grams of KCl. And that would be our first answer. Let's look at the second one. The second one says from 1 gram of chlorine and excess K. So it's still asking me how many grams of KCl can be produced. So, but this time I start with 1 gram of Cl. So 1 gram of Cl2. Going to go along the same kind of thing. I got to get it out of grams and into moles. So 1 mole is going to go on the top. And on the bottom, I'm just going to go 2 times 35.453 because I don't have a calculator right with me. And I got to put it in my calculator later anyway. Okay, what's my next step? Look at my equation. I am right here this time, and I'm going right here. So what do I put on the bottom? 1 mole of the Cl2. Good. What do I put on top? 2 moles of KCl. Good. Then my moles of Cl2 would cancel out. I'm going to raise that up just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now what do I want to do? I'm now moles of KCl. My last conversion is going to be exactly the same. So 74.548 grams of KCl, 1 mole, KCl, moles go out, and I times across. So 2 times 74 point, and I can actually, if I wanted to, cancel the 2 2's out. So 74.548 divided by 35.453 should be about 2 something, 2 point something. 2 point what? 10. Do I have a second? Okay, and it is grams of KCl. Good job. Okay. I want you to work on the rest. I want you to try and do it on your own. There's just a few. We've got the whole time here. It will be due next time, but I want you working. I want you working the whole period and not out of your seat until the bell. Okay? We have until 10:30. Okay? If you need help, I'll be over at this far part if you're totally lost. Okay?